That's a song that we've been playing since we started broadcasting on the radio, on the internet, I should say, when we were doing a show called Trucking to Heaven. And that show has ceased, but the song goes on. We sort of enjoy it. I don't think it ever made it to the charts, but it doesn't matter. We like it. That's all that matters. I like it, I listen to it, I play it. At least once a month, probably, I try to play it. Roadkill Blues. Anyway, so we've been talking about a lot of different things tonight. About my wife's illness, and as we said, she's in the hospital. We called Elisa and wish her a happy birthday, and wishing her good luck in a new job. Hope she gets better. And we're just moving along, and we're going to be going off tonight at
around 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, that's correct. We'll be going for 10 o'clock tonight. This is where we can watch Person of Interest.
That's right. It's, since we never broadcast on Tuesday, have to think twice.
On what shows we're going to miss. But if somebody does call, obviously, we will stay on longer.
Speaking of calling, we haven't given them our number in a while. If you have anything to add to the show, the number is 646-595-3275.
All right, so let's see. So let's go down some of the news stuff that we can discuss and maybe do a little arguing about. I know that the one thing is as you said,
the makeup of the new Congress, and is anything going to get done? It's funny because Bill Clinton gave Obama some advice, and he said, since this is the lame duck session, the last 2 years of his presidency, just have some fun. Anything you want to do it by executive order. Chances are, with the next election, it might be overturned, but for the time being, he wants to get some sort of immigration law passed, amnesty for the young people.
The thing is, everybody wants immigration laws passed. The Republicans want it, and they realize there's over 11 million illegal immigrants, and everybody knows you can't ship them all out of the country.
Right, there's no way that they can ship 11 million people out. That's why they're talking now about half, 5 million. And who are the 5 million they're talking about? They're talking about families who, husbands and wives who came here and their children were born here. Their children are Americans. They only know this country. But to send the parents back means splitting up families. And that's one thing they don't want to do. So they're trying to work out some sort of a compromise here. Now, mind you, you're not talking about people, for the most part, I know people like to point a finger and say, they're on public assistance, they're not working. Most of these people are hardworking people, okay?
And they're not taking away jobs from everybody.
No, because the bottom line is people don't want to do those jobs.
They're too proud. They'd rather be on our, for lack of a better term, our Native Americans. We're not referring to Indians, obviously, because they're going to get insulted if I was. They're the ones that should get deported, maybe, because they could take the jobs and get off unemployment, not off unemployment, but get off welfare.
Wait, you're talking about American Indians?
No,
Native Americans?
No. I said for lack of a better term.
Oh, because...
People who were born, who are, U.S. citizens who would rather be on
I
welfare
understand. Right.
than go on do those
When we
menial
talk about
jobs.
people who go one generation after another, that public assistance perpetuates itself because the parents aren't working and the children don't work, and
And there are all these menial jobs that
Most
nobody wants to
definitely.
do. Go out and do the menial jobs. Then we'll give you your welfare. I think you should, anybody who's able to work, even if they, if welfare or not, if they're able to work, they have to go out and put a 40-week work week doing something to get their assistance. There's no reason to just get it and sit home. If you want to get your aid, go out and work. And that's the end of it. If you have to do volunteer work for a charity, but you have to go out and work 40 hours. Because we're doing a charity for you, you have to pay us back. You know, it's, if you're disabled, no. If you're a single parent with 12 kids, maybe not, but...
all I have to say is, I remember a couple of years ago, Stephen Colbert went before a Senate subcommittee. Okay, they were talking about undocumented farm workers. Okay, and Stephen Colbert did it for a couple of days, and he said he honestly could not do it 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and that's what these people were working. He said even sometimes the children, today there was a statistic on the news that said they were talking about the tomato crop, and the people who pick the tomatoes on an average earn $12,000 a year. Okay, how could you live on $12,000 a year?
I don't know. My wife gets less than that in disability. This country...
you talk about disability. I read an article. They were talking about Jesse Jackson Jr., the one who was 17 years in Congress, arrested on multiple counts of fraud and stealing monies. He's still entitled to his congressional pension. Even if he's found guilty and he goes to prison, his congressional pension is paid to him for the rest of his life, plus it was, he was diagnosed as being bipolar. Get this, his disability check is $8,900 a month. How do you possibly draw $8,900 a month in disability? They were saying that between his government pension and his disability, he will earn $149,000 for the rest of his life.
Well, that's your progressive government.
No, it has nothing to do with the progressive government. That was set in stone before any kind of Democratic administration. I don't know how long, but I know it's longer than Obama's or Clinton have been in the White House.
No, the whole idea of, the Congress is living in its own world. They don't live by everybody else's rules, but they want to make up everybody else's rules. You can't have medical insurance as an individual, but us in Congress, no, we're not going to pay for medical insurance. No,
you expect me to accept
Obamacare?
Your medical...
You want me to take Medicare, Obamacare? What?
Exactly.
I served in Congress as a congressman for 2 years. Of course I deserve a pension for the rest of my life.
And isn't that ironic that all you have to do is be a congressman for one term?
That's what I just said.
2 years. I know. I'm reiterating.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. This is where you start saving money. Cut out all this pork in Congress. Put in some term limits in and cut the benefits out. And then you'll get guys that want to be politicians in the office, not guys who want to have go in for a retirement when they go there.
You know, I think it was figured out that congressmen and senators are actually, during the course of a year, work about 180 days. The rest of the time, they're with they meet with their constituents, their home. When I say home, I mean in their home states. They are fundraising. Okay. This is why the people's business never gets done.
Well, first things, I think there should be no fundraising for anybody. I think the government should allow every candidate a certain amount, and that's it. Even fair level debates.
Unfortunately, that can't be anymore because you have the Citizens United with the Koch brothers, and you have other super PACs. Now, these super PACs can give as much money as they want, and they don't have to declare where the money came from.
Yeah, but that's both on both sides. Nothing to do with the Koch brothers. It's done by the Republicans.
I only mentioned the Koch brothers because they're part of Citizens United. I said both sides have super PACs.
Somehow you got to start somewhere, and you're going to have to make some drastic changes, but they'll never happen. So, the Congress will be living like kings. The rest of us will be living like paupers. And
because that's what it's coming down to. It's coming down to really a two-class system. I mean, the middle class, as they like to say, is forever vanishing. Okay, what used to be lower middle class is now, unfortunately, lower class. Upper middle class is lucky if they are considered lower middle class now, and the people that are in the top, there's just such a disparity of income between groups of peoples, and you say to yourself, how much money do you really need to live on?
Yeah.
They will outlive all of the money that they have. This is why, to a certain extent, you have these multi-billionaires who are signing and joining the Warren Buffett and Gates foundations, where they're signing away a good portion of their, income, of their money. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett both have said, we were lucky and fortunate. I will leave my children, and obviously Warren Buffett has grown children, and Bill Gates' children are not that young anymore. But he said, I'll leave them enough money to be comfortable, but they'll have to work. I want them to know what it's like to have to get up and go to work every day.
But if they don't want to, I'm sure they won't have to because they'll have enough money. But that's fine, they're being fair. But just think about this. Get rid of these, all these PACs. Give every candidate a certain amount of money, certain amount of airtime. Everybody gets equal time. At least everybody represents them. Gives a presentation, and let them vote. Get rid of all these damn lobbyists, and make the lobbyists what they're supposed to be: individuals, not companies that are paying. Taking people out to trips and golfings. All these corporations.
Felix,
this is a wish. It's not reality, but that's what's got.
When we fill out our income tax papers every year, everybody, there's a little box that says, will you contribute $1, to publicly fund elections? I wonder how many people actually check that box. If everybody gave